My name is Pritam. I'm 34 years old. I live at home with my mum, and I've never been in a relationship that's lasted longer than 2 months. My dad died a very long time ago, when I was 5, and he was younger than I am now. And even though sometimes it feels like my family have all moved on, I still miss him very much, and I sometimes wonder how life would have turned out if he didn't have to go. I made a promise to him a very long time ago that I would do my very best and to look after our family until someday we will meet again. I graduated from the top of my school. I was head boy, and I went to one of the UK's best universities and studied law. I wanted to do him and my mum proud. But I knew that burying my head into books and basing my entire validation on academic achievements wouldn't give me the things I really wanted from life. I guess something always felt missing. Something deep inside of myself. And I longed to find that thing that made my heart sing. But I resolved to finish my degree, turn up every day, and just do my best until I found it. I've been on a search for the reasons why life works out a certain way for a long time. I even went travelling around the world by myself in search of meaning, purpose, reasons, and adventure. I'm not quite sure what I found there yet, but I met some amazing people and saw some beautiful parts of the world along the way. But I did learn this, that somehow, despite all of us being on our own unique journeys in life, we all want the same things: happiness, peace, love, and security for ourselves and our friends. I don't know why, but I feel quite different from my friends. Most people my age now have houses, kids, a great career, and many are married or at least settled into some form of partnership. Yet somehow, at the age of 33, I still haven't got many of these things. And it's not that I don't want these things, but that I feel there's still so much for me to experience and understand. I still feel like there's so little about the world and the human condition that I really get, and I long to know the inner workings of the human heart. But these last few years, I've resigned myself to the fact that I may never be completely sure, or know what I want to do for certain, but that sometimes there's merit in the journey of trying to find just what you're looking for. I've always had this belief, since I was a little kid, that we could create any life that we put our minds to. While everyone around me told me to chase money, or success, or a big house, or a meaningful career, none of these things ever really felt right to me. I definitely fell into those traps more than once in my life so far, yet I always end up back at the beginning, by myself again, being asked to look deeper. I guess the only thing I ever really wanted to experience here in this life was love. True love. An acceptance for myself and for someone else. I wish I could just let myself fall in love, or let someone else love me for who I am. I don't think I've actually been in love, like real love, that type of love that feels like you've come home. And I think on some level, I'm scared that it might not happen in my lifetime. But I think I'm also scared of falling in love at the same time. I know it doesn't really make sense, because it's the only thing I've ever really wanted, but it's also the thing that I felt is completely out of my control. To know what it's like for someone to choose you, to want you, to not have to be with you or need you because of some external or superficial reason, but to unconditionally want you. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? I also have this desire to get closer to people. Like, I have friends and people that I could call up, and I guess that's all I need, but I still feel this desire to connect, to have the weird parts of myself known by myself and by someone else. All my life, I've carried a bit of shame. A shame that my father took an exit card. A shame that I came from a bit of a broken family and that we were struggling at home. But also a shame around my sexuality. And I felt like I was not only responsible for all the hearts that were broken around me growing up, but that I had this inability to heal or fix the unhappiness of these people that I loved. I spent quite a lot of time giving to other people, and not much time thinking about myself or what I wanted. Until now. My mum and I, we've been through our trials and tribulations, but I think of her as one of my closest friends now. I was a pretty insecure kid and self-conscious of myself growing up, so I used to copy my mum, whose superpower it was to smile and get on with things like everything was okay even when it wasn't. There was a time that I became so great at laughing and smiling and being the fun, positive guy that I even almost convinced myself that I was always fine, even though I tended to find this bottomless sadness in my heart. I'm learning, though, to be more truthful with my emotions to the people I love around me. Lately, I've not been feeling great. Sometimes I get so panicked and stressed in my mind that my thoughts will be racing, and no matter what I do, I can't switch it off or calm down. So I've learned to slow down and listen. Sometimes I'll just sit by myself in silence and listen to my heartbeat trying to regulate itself. On the one hand, I've been desperately wanting life to change for a while. But on the other, I wish I could just relax more, let go, and find it easier just to be myself. It's tough at this age, finding myself in between things and back in my childhood bedroom, but I try and find gratitude. I have a small number of friends who I can count on one hand, and I always find that they are the wonders of my little world. But I know things need to change. I've been avoiding the pain of having to leave and start my life again somewhere else, but it's what I need to do. I guess it still hurts to leave my mum on her own without my dad, but I know she'll be okay. She's a tough lady. I also know that they would both want me to go out on my own to find my own happiness. I just wish it didn't hurt so much. Either way, I'd still do anything to fix the hearts of those around me, even though I don't seem to be able to do much about my own. I'm not really sure why I made this video. I'm not making it for views or for sympathy. I guess I just wanted to make it and it felt good at the time. I just want to start telling my truth, and to start connecting with anyone else out there who sometimes feels isolated and alone. The thing is, the way life has worked out so far has made me question everything. My role in the world, and where it's all going to, and what we're all here for. I guess it turned me into a bit of a philosopher, but it's also made me overthink and overanalyze everything. I just want to think less and live more. Just live my life, be free, and document the journey to share things along the way. Curious. Have you ever felt the same way?